Hey folks, welcome back to Providence Prairie. I'm Stacy and I just wanted to come on today and do a bit more of an introductory video. I kind of took some time off. We had a lot of family stuff that was going on, and so with extended family, we weren't able to be at the farm making videos as much as I was hoping to do in 2025. And today is the last day of 2025. And so I thought if I want to get one more video in, then we'll get this last video in and then we're going to jump into 2026. And I was thinking back about when I kind of was starting the videos, the channel in sorry, my doggies and my kitties are all out here in the greenhouse with me visiting, so they're enjoying the wonderful, beautiful day. I think it's like 65 degrees today here on the beautiful prairies of western Kansas. And I came out to the greenhouse to have some quiet, and all of the animals, not all of them, 3 of them followed me. So we've got Poppy, who keeps bringing me her frisbee, and then we've got the 2 cats that are out here. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of come on and talk about what exactly I'm not going to talk about what the channel's going to be about. I don't know. I may have done that in the first video. I feel like it was really short. And I didn't really get to introduce myself. It was kind of just a quick whatever. So I just wanted to come on and kind of introduce myself and give a little bit of history and story and just tell you a story, tell you the story of what we're doing out here. I am going to be 55 in 2026, and that seems unbelievable to me. I am kind of, I don't know if this has been something that any of you have experienced, but you are raising your kids, you're busy. We were always doing stuff. And then COVID happened. We homeschooled. We just had a lot going on. We were, running a business, trying to keep a business going, buying our home, just doing all the things that you do when you're in your 20s, 30s, and 40s. And then all of a sudden you get to be about 50s and you go, wait a minute. And this may happen for you guys at a different stage, maybe 40s. We kind of started late having kids. I feel like, but then again, a lot of people are waiting later. I was 28 when I had my oldest, and then I was older. I was in my mid 30s when I had the other 2. So all of a sudden, everyone's a young adult, and you're like, what are we doing? And so what we've done is we bought a small farm that is about 7 acres in western Kansas. We were living in Colorado, and we were in we had a wonderful home. We had a nice brick home, an older home that was in a well-established neighborhood, a nice neighborhood. We had built up our home to the point where my husband had his business there. He had a separate building. We had about 1/3 of an acre in a neighborhood. We had a horse. We had a horse in our backyard. We had chickens. We had made a country home right there in our little neighborhood. And we homeschooled our kids. My husband worked there. It was a great way to raise our family. It was wonderful. And then the neighborhood started to change. Not necessarily the neighborhood, but the whole state, the whole area was changing. There was a lot of people coming in. It was just not, even though we had this self-contained little 1/3 of an acre right here, we were 5 minutes from the Denver border. Um, we just did not feel like it was the lifestyle that we wanted anymore. And so we talked to our kids, and they were all around launching age. Like, honestly, um, we bought this farm a couple of years ago, but we didn't actually move here until last fall. Not this fall, but a year ago, this past fall. And so we were just kind of coming and going on the weekends. So anyway, I thought in my mind, I kind of was like, well, we're just going to do that for a while. And my husband, who said he would never ever move to Kansas, decided, yep, it's time. We are packing up and we are just going to go ahead and we're going to go. And I was like, wait, what? We're actually doing this? And so it all happened really fast. I stayed back for quite a while to get our home in Colorado ready to sell. At first we thought about renting it, but that became just a huge headache and was not something that we felt like we wanted to do. And honestly, we couldn't afford to keep two houses going. And so we decided we were just going to cut the cord and we were going to go ahead and jump in feet first into a place where we honestly have never lived rural before. We were pretending to live rural, and so that was fun. But we had all the conveniences of being right in the city. As many grocery stores as we wanted. We had people everywhere that we knew. We had family, we had friends, we had lots of resources. So we moved out here to, sorry, my hair is a little bit windblown because I just came in from outside, and we're on the prairie in the heart of America where the wind blows, especially this time of year. And we just decided to take the plunge, and we got out here, and we're not in town, we're in the country, but we're right outside of a town. We're a couple miles outside of a town of 700 people. So we went from being natives of Denver, Colorado, to living a few miles outside of a town of 700 people. And so it was definitely a culture shock. But I will tell you something. Coming here, I thought, wow, it's going to be so hard. I'm really going to have to adjust. I mean, I didn't know how I was going to be able to handle it at first. I knew that it was what I wanted overall, but I knew that there would probably be an adjustment period. And honestly, there wasn't. I got out here and I was like, it was like taking a deep breath and just feeling like, wow, we're finally home. And although I missed some aspects of my house that I had, because I'm not in love with the house here. I like it okay, but there's a lot that needs to be fixed and done, and we've actually discovered a lot of problems that the house has, that are kind of not small issues, kind of big issues that have to be addressed. But we took the money that we made from our house and we were able to buy this farm and this house outright and buy these buildings that we put out here to start our next adventure in life, our next business, and then still have money in the bank. So for someone who is our age, retirement age, not retirement age, I mean, I'll be 55 in 2026. That's not, to me, retirement age. Retirement age, and I don't even know if we would ever retire. Like, I don't know what that actually means, because we are going to be working our farm. We're going to have a farm store. We're going to have an Airbnb, a little hunter's cabin that we're going to have. We're going to be selling our produce that we grow here in our greenhouse. So I don't know what retirement actually means once you start living this kind of a lifestyle. I don't know that retirement is actually a thing. But we talked to our children who were at launching age, and we told them our plan, and we all as a family decided this was something that we wanted to do. So they came here with us. Our youngest is still in high school. He's a senior this year, so he's wrapping things up. He'll be he's 18, and so he'll be done this year. And then our other two, our oldest has run our family business. We have an embroidery business, and he's been working in that business with my husband since he was 14. And so he and my husband have been doing that together. And then our middle daughter went into the healthcare field to try it out and see if it was something that she wanted to stay in and to actually go to school for. So she's been doing that now here in this little town that we're living in. She got her CNA, and she's been working in the nursing home, just kind of getting the feel for, do I want to go to school to be a nurse or something else? So that's what everybody is doing. And so we're doing a little bit of generational living out here, and it's really awesome. It's really awesome. I have friends who have said, you know, we're trying to get our kids out of the house, we're trying to launch them. And I just can't understand that kind of thinking, because when I read things in history or things in different stories or historical books about different spaces in time in history or different cultures, even today, the idea of your kids leaving home right at 18 years old is a very, I want to say, American thing that just doesn't even sit well in my mama heart. And it's not because I'm trying to hold on to my kids, because I encourage them to step out of their comfort zones and to get into the world and explore and spread their wings and do the things from our home base. Go to college, do whatever it is that you feel that the Lord is calling you to do. And so it's exciting. It's an exciting time. There's a lot going on, as we all know, in the world, in our culture. And it's difficult for young people, I feel like. It's not like when I was launching, and that wasn't even a word. That wasn't even a word when we were young, was it? I mean, do you guys remember? Like, what is that? Launching. I don't even like that. It kind of irritates me, actually, when people say that. Getting your kids launched. Like, I don't know. I don't feel like we're launching our kids as much as we're living life. We're teaching them. We're having conversations. We're mentoring them. We're letting them. And this is kind of how we've parented the whole time. And maybe we're kind of, you know, I don't know if you would call us, I mean, we're Christians, we're conservative, we're traditional, but we're at the same time kind of hippies. I don't know what that means nowadays. Or I just feel like we're just down to earth and normal. Like, what is it that feels like the best way to have a family? And it's difficult for people. The young people now, it's just, they're really, I feel like, searching and trying to figure out, like, what is it supposed to look like? Because it can't look the same as it did when we were starting out, because it's completely different now. So anyway, I get off on these tangents. And so I hope that YouTube will find my people, the people that enjoy this kind of talk, this kind of like, let's just talk about what's going on in the comments. I hope that you'll tell me your experience and what your perspective is as far as the things that we talk about here on this channel. So anyway, I've been trying to nail down, like, what is this channel going to be about? And that's part of the reason it's been difficult for me to get going. with some of the stuff that we've just had going on, and then trying to nail down like what exactly, come here, Pop. I want you to see my little Poppy girl. There's my Poppy girl. This is Pops. Just kind of nailing down like what is the channel going to be about? And I don't know. It's going to be, there's so many things that I want it to be about, and there's so many aspects of life and wisdom when you get to be in your mid-50s that I want to share. And so frugality, stepping out of your comfort zone and doing something different while we have time, like not holding back anymore like we did in maybe our 20s and 30s, and just, you know, treading lightly and trying to do the right things, and then just like kind of having the resources maybe a little bit, or not having the resources, and then having the wisdom and the mindset to live frugally, but to be brave and courageous and step out of that comfort zone. Starting a new adventure, starting a new business when you're in your 50s, and figuring it out as you go, and not getting comfortable in your life, like generational living, being a Christian in these modern times, how to start a new business, starting our farm, starting to take up horseback riding when you're in your mid-50s, like all these things, all this stuff that cooking frugally and prepping, like being a prepper, not because we're afraid of the end of the world, but because the world that we're living in right now and the volatility in our monetary system, I mean, maybe war, we don't know. There's so much. It becomes overwhelming for me and sometimes that's what keeps me from moving forward in doing something, is because of all the choices. And so even though there's so many choices, like I'm at 17, 18 minutes and I haven't really said anything, but there's so much life to live, and we're in our 50s, or we're in our 40s, or we're in our 60s and our 70s, and there's still so much. No matter what your circumstances are, no matter what your position is, if you're breathing and you're here, there's still so much. And so that's what I'm here for. I'm here for it. I want to share that with you. I feel like there's so many people that feel like, well, I don't. Oh, can you hear the wind? Oh, yeah, it's picking up the, let me show you what we're doing. This is my greenhouse, and I'm in love with it. And the wind is blowing, and I have the windows open. So there's Pops. We get this beautiful cross breeze going through here from these windows. They're crisscross across from each other. Mango, Poppy. Here's my babies. And so the floor, though, has open, you can see where it's open. That looks like, oh, that was a little cocoon that was underneath that just got blown up. There's dirt under there. You can see underneath so that in the summer I can water in here, and the water can just go down through the floor. So this is my greenhouse. I'm in love with it so much. And listen, today is New Year's Eve. It's the last day of the year. And look at this day. I mean, it's so hot in the greenhouse today that I had to open the windows. I love this greenhouse so much. This was my gift from my husband when we moved out here. And part of the reason we were able to afford this greenhouse and the other buildings that we bought to start our small little farm business is because we bought we bought down, honestly. So we came from a higher, not a high end area. We didn't have a, wonderful fancy house in Denver, but because of the cost of living in Denver and the cost of housing, we were able to sell our home for a nice price and then buy this place for 1/3 of what we sold our house for. 1/3, with 7 acres, a greenhouse, a cartoon studio for our boys. They are creators and they're creating things. A pasture for our horses, a workshop for my husband. This is going to be over here. I'll give you guys a better tour in another video, but this over here is going to be a little guest house Airbnb. And then back over there is going to be my Mercantile Farm store. It's kind of back over there behind the Quonset. And then a 40 by 100 foot Quonset. All this land, let me give you a little bit of this is where part of my garden is, and I'm going to be putting in more garden beds this season. But I'm just giving you, and we're across from walk-in hunting land. There's my husband's. I mean, that thing, don't know if you can tell from here, but it's ginormous. That's his shop. It's huge. And then this is our house, and it has a basement. It's a modular. It's a weird situation. I'll take you guys on a tour. It's not a modular. It's part of a modular, and then they built onto it. So it's kind of weird. I wasn't in love with the house, but with everything that we were able to have out here, and the open space, and on the other side of that tree line over there is more land where we have pastures and horse shelter. We have a paddock and a horse shelter for the horses over there, and a chicken house, and a yard for the house. I'll give you guys a tour in another video because I'm over here right now. Look at the kitties. And this is my greenhouse. Oh, and look, over beyond there you can see part of the town that's a couple miles away. Yeah, so, and in the summer, these trees, if you go back to my last video, it's a little bit, I don't know, it's more green. You can see how beautiful it actually is out here. So, yeah, I mean, we decided we weren't going to buy up. We weren't going to take the money that we made from the house and just go crazy and go buy another house that was worth more and, move up a notch in our lifestyle. We decided to move down in our lifestyle. But by moving down, we've created such a much better lifestyle for ourselves. I mean, it's the lifestyle that we always wanted. We spent the last, 25 or 30 years being able to get to this place. But now we're here. This is what we've always wanted to do, was to have a little piece of property and to do all this that we're going to be doing here. And so we're happy that you're going to come along with us. It's just going to be a lot of different content, and it's going to be exciting. I don't know where it's going to go. I don't know what it's going to look like. I'm not sure exactly the direction that the Lord is going to take this, but I know that it's His will that we're here. I know for a fact that we're here because He wants us here, and I know for a fact He wants me to share it with you guys. And so I hope that you're going to come along. I hope that you'll be able to be part of this community. One of the things that I really hope this channel will create is a lot of community. Eventually, we're going to have the farm set up so that people can come here, and that we'll be doing a lot of different things out here for the community of YouTube, and also our community here that we moved into. There's some wonderful people out here in the country. We've been so well received out here, and we're so grateful. We're just grateful. We're grateful to be able to be here, and we just want to share it with all of you. So thank you for joining me out here at Providence Prairie Farm, and until next time, take care and God bless.